for 60 years, there have been very little in the way of treatment for renal disease. And we're the lucky ones. She was diagnosed right away. Something I was also going to learn is also very rare. We would learn other families of waiting or getting misdiagnosed for years. I didn't feel lucky at the time, and it still doesn't feel lucky sometimes, but 4 years of running an online support group, I know how lucky we are to be in the United States and how lucky we are to be in New York. We did get transferred to a pediatric hospital where we got amazing care, but no answers. I would ask questions and they would say, "We don't know." I'm not sure. Let me get back to you. We were very lucky to get a definitive diagnosis quickly, but what type of nephrotic syndrome? Because nephrotic syndrome is an umbrella term, and it's an umbrella term, it's not really a disease. It's basically just the symptoms that come with renal failure. The swelling of the eyes, the swelling of the ankles, swelling of the stomach, the high protein in the urine, the low protein in her blood. So she needed a biopsy. So after 2 biopsies, we are finally a confirmed case of FSGS, or also known as focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. And that's not a disease either. It's just basically a description. Focal equals some, segmental is sections, glomerulo is kidney filters, and sclerosis is scarring. So basically, some sections of her kidney filters are scarring, and they don't know why. The scarring is destroying her kidneys, and even if she gets a transplant, the chances of it coming back are 40 to 60%. We have spent these last 4 years working towards stopping the progression of the disease, a race against time to save her native kidneys. No treatments have worked, and we are lucky to have found Dr. Trackman at NYU and his team. They worked diligently to get her into drug trials. When we were diagnosed, there were 2. Now there are 26. I had realized the importance of drug trials as I watched my nephews battle their own rare disease, cystic fibrosis. My sister-in-law, a nurse, made trials normal and an integral part of their care. So when it was Jackie's turn, we had no fear. Well, maybe a little fear. But the possible benefits outweighed the risks. The disease has impacted our whole family. Our lives have changed. We will never be the same people. Life is divided into what I call BD and AD, before diagnosis and after diagnosis. Jackie has especially had to endure change and pain. Most of her friends have slowly disappeared. She has endured endless medical appointments, trips to the ER. Drug trials are now her life. She went to prom with a friend because no one would ask the sick kid with the weird kidney disease. He also has FSGS and booked his transplant around taking her to prom. Our oldest, Alexandria, transferred from a private university to a public one and has paid for her education so her little sister could get the best care we could afford. Our youngest, Francesca, became her older sister's caregiver in the middle of the night. My husband and I have dedicated our lives to help fund research, support families with rare disease, and frankly, this advocacy saved my life. Gave me a purpose to replace the helplessness that came with the catastrophic diagnosis. We joined NephCure Kidney International, and rare disease has changed us on every level. Some days it is a blessing, other days it's a curse, but it's our blessing and our curse. The people in this room were put on this planet to make a difference, so thank you. And if you're up for more of a difference, find me and let's talk about organ donation. Thank you so much.